Hello, and welcome to another in the not regular series, but fairly regular series of reviews of strange and unusual things that the TV just doesn't show anymore. I'd like to say a big hello to you all. Thank you very much for visiting my channel, and it's nice to see you, even in a virtual form. I'm hopefully going to be doing a load more of these different reviews, and be covering a whole range of different and individual stuff. I think it's a bit sad that the TV has, in the last 10-20 years, completely almost stopped showing classic films, classic series or anything like that. They just seem to be concentrating on modern day horrors and modern day sci-fi films, which are jam-packed with a lot of the CGI. A lot of the 1980s slasher films and indeed fantasy films have got a heart and a soul about them. The 1970s films were just completely bananas, and the 1960s films were just so way out. Anyway, the first of today's is Monster, aka Humanoids from the Deep. Now, Humanoids from the Deep was one of a double bill that kind of sort of started me off on the path that I'm on now. This particular version comes with my favourite version of the poster, which is the sea creature, the humanoid from the deep, looming rather graphically over this young lady who's obviously reaching for the camera going, "Ah, help me!" I don't know if you can see it all right there. Now this was released in a double bill with a film I'm about to talk about in a minute. That's my shoulder there, if you're wondering what that is. And so this tells a tale of a small fishing town, and Doug McClure is one of a group of fishermen. The fish numbers go right down, and various and sundry people are attacked by these guys here, without giving too much away. They come out the sea, and their intent is basically to canoodle with the local females of the establishment, if that's the best way, and the only way they can do it is to come out of the sea, all green and horrible they are. Their heads always remind me a lot of cabbages. So Monster, Humanoids from the Deep was one of Roger Corman's films. This particular version is literally jam-packed with stuff. I've not seen this version ever. This is the new high-definition transfer of the uncut international version, never before seen deleted scenes, trailers, TV radio spots. Leonard Maltin interviews Roger Corman on the making of the film, the making of Humanoids from the Deep, and composer James Horner and Cindy Wyantup, and also New World trailers, because it was New World that kind of handled the films. When the film came out, it was cut again, and extra bits of slobber and gore and added chesticles were put into this film. I think it is one of my all-time favourite creature features, even though it's completely daft. Doesn't make a great deal of sense, but it is a true gem. I'm not too sure if it's ever going to be on television, and the version that she was in was a little bit... It's kind of different. This version's very grim, very gritty. And if I just alter the light a second, you can see. There we are, that just takes the light off the title. So yeah, but this is part of the Roger Corman's cult classics. From the ocean depths, they strike to terrorise, to mate and to kill. That's them. They're kind of like an uncle of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Great cast. Vic Morrow's in there. Doug McClure, as I say, gives it the stoic, square-jawed look that he gave a lot of his films. And it's great fun. It's tremendously daft. It's not terribly PC, I will say this now. So if you're expecting a very delicate kind of Creature from the Black Lagoon homage, this is not the same film to see. This is like Creature from the Black Lagoon out on a Friday night with 24 cans. This is completely different. But this, if you like the 1980s films and you like the New Line Cinema and you like Roger Corman's exploitation films, you will love this. This was teamed up with When a Stranger Calls. Now, this is just the basic bog standard version of When a Stranger Calls. There's been another version which has come out with a highly definition picture and a CD and a book and all sorts of things. Now, this tells the tale of Carol Kane. Now, you might know Carol Kane. She played the fairy in Scrooged, and she also appeared in the recent Al Pacino thing, Hunters. Now, Carol Kane plays a babysitter, and she keeps getting strange and mysterious calls from this voice saying, "Have you checked the children?" And it turns out that the bad guy is inside the house where she's inside the house. A great score, a great acting team, including Charles Durning, and the actors in this, his name escapes me now. Let me just check. Tony Beckley, that's it. Now, Tony Beckley is not only well known for this, but he also is well known as playing Camp Freddy in The Italian Job and Harrison Chase in the Doctor Who story The Seeds of Doom. Now, When a Stranger Calls was the film that apparently by seeing this, it would have disturbed the balance of my mind. So the lady, bless her, in the Xmas Savoy all those years ago decided not to let me go and see this, which meant that I hunted it down, and now, as often as I can, I try and watch it. Doesn't really achieve anything. She's no better or no worse off for that, but that's a good thing in so much as I always get to see a huge range of stuff, whereas, had I seen this at the time, it might have completely changed my life. Might have terrified me. I must be honest, having watched it fairly close to the time when I was told I couldn't watch it, it didn't really alter the balance of my mind. The balance of my mind was already altered, and I don't think a film about a babysitter with Charles Durning and Carol Kane and Tony Beckley was going to do a lot about it. There wasn't great things that it was going to do. There was a sequel to it. I think that ship had sailed. There was a sequel to it called When a Stranger Calls Back, which is pretty much the same kind of cast, except for Tony Beckley. So these two films, Humanoids from the Deep and When a Stranger Calls, not only do I salute the manageress of the cinema who said, "Don't see them, they will affect the balance of your mind." That's a direct quote from me. See these two films, and it may be that the balance of your mind will be upset forever. This is the horror geek, John Kolchak-Pertwee, saying, that's when humanoids attack. You see, that was attacking me there. Stay safe. Please click like and subscribe. Keep it horror, and be seeing you. And remember, this could disturb the balance of your mind.